In our part 1 video,
We painted the brake rotors and the brake drums. And in this part 2 video, we're going to install the brake and the brake rotor. So relax, sit tight, and enjoy watching. Lift the car and secure it with a jack stand. And remove the tires. For added safety, place the tires under the car.
the rotor is already old and worn out, so it needs to be replaced. And before we can take the rotor out, we need to remove the mounting bracket and the caliper.
These are the two bolts that's holding the mounting bracket.
And both of them are 17 millimeters. And the two bolts that holding the caliper to the mounting bracket. This one on top and the other one at the bottom.
And the size is 14 millimeters.
Spray the bolts with penetrating oil or brake fluid and let it soak overnight, especially when the bolts are rusted.
I already loosened the bolts and now I'm just going to remove it by hand.
After removing the bolts, you can now slowly pry out the caliper. Secure the caliper with a bungee cord or a wire to avoid damaging the brake hose. Remove the mounting bracket, then remove the brake rotors. When you are working with brakes or brake parts, especially when it's all rusted up or dirty, it's also a good idea to wear gloves for protection, not just from dirt, but from some chemicals that may harm your skin. This is the rotor that I just replaced, and as you can see, it's all rusted up inside and out. And if you come across with this kind of situation that the brake rotor is stuck up, all you need to do is spray this area with penetrating oil so that the penetrating oil will break the rust buildup between the hub and the rotor. Then tap the sides of the rotor with hammer to break it loose. I'm going to install a new dash shield, but before I can do that, I need to remove the wheel hub. And that's a lot of work. And in the process, you might damage the bearing and the seal. Instead of going to all that trouble, I'm just gonna cut a portion of the dash shield.
Make sure to paint the exposed metal of the dash shield before installing.
And after cutting, this is how it's going to look. Now you can simply slide the dash shield at the back of the hub.
Make sure to replace the old pad clip. The job of a pad clip is to prevent the brake pad from bouncing around and creating noise. Replace the rubber pin boot before installing the mounting bracket. Make sure that the rubber boot is seated properly to prevent water from getting inside the cylinder. Clean and lubricate the guide pin. Place the rotor on the wheel hub. Install the mounting bracket. Then torque the bolts to 79 foot-per-pound. Slide the brake pads into the pad clip. With the use of a C-clamp, compress the piston. After compressing the piston, install the caliper to the mounting bracket, then torque the bolts to 25 foot-per-pound.
After assembly, check if the rotor is moving freely. This concludes part 2 of our video. I invite you to join me again in our part 3 on how to replace the rear brake drums and brake pads. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more updates.